Okay, Reema and Sonal, thank you for giving us the fine print and what brokerages are saying on the different verticals. Naveen Kulkarni, the CIO at Axis Securities, and Nitin Soni, the Director Corporates at Fitch Rating, join us now. Gentlemen, morning and thanks for being with us. Naveen, I want to start with you. Would you be disappointed by second quarter of subscriber fall that we've seen for RelGeo, or would you be optimistic considering that there are so many other verticals which are firing well and you have the renewables energy business which is starting to grow as well? What would your view be on the stock now?
Yeah, so as far as the subscriber numbers are concerned, there will be, of course, ups and downs considering the large base that Indian telecom operators have. And some bit of cleanup activity is something which will keep happening at various points in time. So that's something which not necessarily, I would say that unexpected. So that's, and also we see that there is an improvement in the ARPU, right? So non-paying subscribers have actually been weeded out. So that's not something which is, I would say, a huge negative surprise. So I will not be worried too much about it. But it does indicate that in terms of the overall subscriber addition pace that we could be expecting, I would say that that should be moderating. Right? That's the broader away from the subscriber numbers. So I would say that tariff hikes are inevitable. So that I would say that going ahead, hikes and subscriber additions will both be required for revenues and the EBITDA for Jio to improve. So it does indicate tariff hikes are probably closer than probably further away. That's as far as Jio numbers are concerned. As far as the other businesses are concerned, I would say that the numbers were pretty good. If I were to look at the retail business was good, the upstream business was good. O2C business was around about in line with the estimate. So overall, I would say that Reliance numbers are kind of in line or marginally ahead of estimate. So that's my broad takeaway as far as the numbers are concerned.
Okay, Reliance up in pre-open 2%. By the way, ICICI Bank is up 5.5% in pre-open, and these two stocks put together are giving a big 100-point thrust to the Nifty as things stand. Nitin Soni is also with us. Nitin, good morning. So really quickly, since we're running into market opening, I mean, it's all about that question. Naveen tells us that he's keeping the faith. Tariff hikes are just around the corner. Do you agree?
Yes, I think I agree. We are forecasting about 10 to 15% of tariff hike. I mean, this loss of subscriber looks to me a bit of a cleanup of subscribers and a focus on profitable subscribers. And going forward, I think Jio will focus more on profitable users and focus more on, high ARPU customers. So I think this quarter was, I would say, the temporary trend. They will continue to gain some subscribers from Vodafone Idea, and tariff hike is imminent, in my view.
Okay, so Naveen, coming back to the performance of the stock, I mean, you spoke about how the businesses have done, but what about the stock? Does the risk reward look unfavorable now? Because, one of the brokerages pointed out that there seems to be no real reason for a re-rating beyond this point because the stock has also run up, I mean, about 40% in the last 6 months. What do you do now?
Yeah, so I would say that the risk reward is not necessarily unfavorable, but the upside is not very, very significant. See, if you see most of the target price upgrades which have come in to do with the re-rating. So retail businesses, people have also subscribed to the new energy venture business. So all those things are getting added up price. So from that perspective, of course, the upside means that to be limited. Going ahead, if the performance improves, the upside will start opening up. So I would say that there is a huge challenge with regards to risk reward, but I would say that the upside is a little bit capped from the current levels.
Okay, Nitin, I mean, no doubt the ARPU increase was pretty impressive for Reliance. By the way, the JioPhone launch perhaps should happen sometime now. I think it was slated for Diwali. From here onwards, what's going to be the most important metric or development to track when it comes to Jio?
I think there are several factors. JioPhone is one. I think, in my view, chip shortage might have delayed the launch of JioPhone, but I think at some point of time it will come. We also have to look at, how Vodafone Idea will be able to raise money or not, because if they're not, then even the deferral of spectrum dues and AGR dues will not really help the company, and they will continue to lose subscribers. And more so, we will have to look at who will take the first bite to get the tariff hike. It could come from Vodafone Idea, and I think Bharti would welcome it.
All right, gentlemen, thanks a lot for joining us and taking us through your views. By the way, both Reliance and ICICI Bank are moving up with quite a bit of strength in pre-opening. ICICI Bank, of course, is topping the charts, 5.5% higher. Reliance is not too far behind, up almost about 2%. Let's see how that shapes up. And do watch out for a couple of other stocks.